Well, it is very important. I'm convinced of that as a conviction of the order, that we have to be well formed intellectually. We have to be rooted in this tradition in order to be able to come into dialogue with the challenges of the present time. Not too soon, I was finishing my university studies, finishing law studies at the Catholic University in Buenos Aires. Well, then I worked for a number of years after the ordination in my province of Argentina. Socius for intellectual life, what does that mean? I would say that means that study in our Dominican life and mission is very important to deepen the knowledge of the Word of God, the plan of salvation of God, His revelation of His infinite love in Jesus Christ. We have to deepen all that in order to be able to transmit it to our brothers and sisters. And well, what is the function of this Socius of the Master of the Order for Intellectual Life? It is to help the Master of the Order in animating this dimension of our life and mission. Study, intellectual formation. As we know, it exists what we call a Dominican intellectual tradition, let's say. For example, Thomas Aquinas, St. Albert the Great, or the theologians of the School of Salamanca in Spain will help very much in the time for the cultures of Latin America, where I come from, for example. And very important theologians also for example, in the 20th century today, which contributed to the renewal of theology. For example, the Second Vatican Council. Well, I think it has always been a challenge to seek truth and to deepen in the knowledge of truth. And today the media perhaps offer things that is not real, not true. You mentioned St. Dominic, for example. One of the most beautiful aspects, traits of his spiritual personality was precisely the mercy, his compassion. He was always trying to see how to help the persons, men and women who were in need of, because they were very poor, in need because they were not in contact with the truth. Well, that is the real St. Dominic that we, in the meantime, also historians have helped to rediscover. And that can be applied to many other aspects also, the knowledge of science, of philosophy, of theology. We have to search truth, to deepen in it, to have, in the best sense of the word, a critical view, and not just to accept the first presentation of things as we receive them from here or there. It is very important for the order that we find the ways of collaboration, that in each region of the order and of the world, here you're in the region, what we call in the Dominican order, Asia-Pacific. I come from the region, Latin America, for example, that contributes to the whole of the common good of the order in this search for truth. One of the most interesting things is to try to find the way to put into dialogue the own culture and the challenges of the own culture with truths which come from God, the truth about the world, and we have the revelation in Jesus Christ, which is for us our treasure, our faith. But how to put into dialogue in a fruitful way the challenge of today with these sources of truth. And that is to apply also to the study of each student, I think. Each student has to try to find a personal synthesis if he's studying whatever he's studying. Not only philosophy and theology, but different sciences. This is a wonderful task to try to find how that what I am studying can be related to these sources of truth and can be made fruitful for me, for the own person, for the own student, and also for others.